What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to another prospect breakdown video. Today we've got a fun one. We got another international player in Noah Essengue, I'm gonna guess is how you say it. We've got another French player. You French people are just coming to the NBA, man. It's amazing. It's amazing, amazing stuff. But hey, before we jump into that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment on my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. Make sure you show these videos some love. The do they fit in the NBA videos, because they always get demonetized right away. Even though I have fair use protections, YouTube usually sides with big business, so I don't make anything off of these, but they're my favorite videos to do on the channel, and they tend to do pretty well. So if they keep doing well, I'll keep making them for you guys. But anyway, let's talk about Noah Essengue. So last week we did Ben Seraph, right? That video is doing pretty well. That's no surprise. There's a lot of international people that are big fans of him, and today we're going to do his teammate, which I'm excited to do. Essengue is a French forward. I believe he's still 18 years old, if I remember correctly, but as of recently, he's pretty much been at the end of the lottery, so this is a pretty high-level prospect we're supposed to be looking at here. Comes in at 6'8" to 6'10". I've seen kind of the range of those. He looks like a pretty big dude, so we've got a bigger forward, and the story around him this whole season has kind of just been he can do everything at an okay level, which is kind of like, okay, that's interesting, right? Because we got a guy with decent size that's showing he can do a little bit of everything. That's going to intrigue a lot of people. Obviously, if you never develop like certain specialties or things like that, then you're not going to end up anywhere in the NBA. But in terms of like a prospect, that's always going to intrigue me, right? I'm like, okay, interesting size, interesting athlete. Seems like he can do a little bit of everything. Like, let's see what we can mold this into, right? Because if you got a little bit of everything, then maybe we can get a lot of everything at some point, right? Because that's how we're always going to look at it. But here's what's going to happen in this video. We're going to go over some of his numbers, things like that. I've got 4 videos pulled up, 3 of them a little bit more in-depth because I can't remember if his season is just ending, right? Or if it like just ended, or if it's just about to end. Like a lot of the these leagues are still kind of finishing out. But anyway, we're gonna watch a couple of his videos here, and then at the very end, we're gonna put him on our draft board. This is something we've been building as we do every single one of these videos. His teammate Ben Seraph did just end up at the bottom, and that's not a bad thing, right? It's just that's where he is right now, because the big board basically works like, hey, where would I pick people if it was just I had a blank roster, right? And I wanted to pick people in the order at which that I think their value is. Obviously, if I was with a specific team, maybe I have Yakuchonis lower or higher, or something like that. But that's just kind of how the big board works. But we'll throw him somewhere onto here at the very end, so stay tuned for that. But looking at his stats alone, right? And these are just like Euro Cup numbers, but these are the ones you're going to see come like draft time and everything. There's a lot of different leagues that these guys play in. And let's preface all of this first, right? It's always important to say this out loud in terms of the prefacing of international players, college players. It's my job when I do my scouting and stuff to make sure that people understand this stuff. And I see comments on this sometimes that like I can tell people aren't watching the whole video, so please pay attention to this part. College basketball is very different than NBA basketball. International basketball is much more similar to the NBA style of basketball, and the talent is way better. So Essengue here, being an 18-year-old playing against these grown-ass men and dudes that have played NBA minutes and things like that, and just playing in more NBA-style offenses, it's a lot easier for me to tell how he's going to translate than a college basketball player playing in usually pretty weird systems. The talent isn't quite as good. It depends, right? It's not like a one-for-one always. Not every single European league is better than every single college basketball team in the world, but that's kind of the standard that we're at this point. That's kind of the expectation. So you're going to see much more like NBA-style sets, NBA-style plays. He's going up against better competition, and like you might be looking at like, oh, only 23 minutes per game right here, right? Like, why is that? Well, internationally, they don't tend to play the younger players quite as much. Luka didn't get like a ton of burn even when he was over there. Alex Sarr and Ricochet this last year, not quite as much, right? The one exception was kind of Wemby. He got a ton of minutes when he was out there, but there was a lot more national attention on him, so people are trying to make money as well. And that's going to affect things. But just things to keep in mind as we're looking over these guys is you have to kind of look at them through different lenses, if you would, to figure out how they would translate. But 12 points a game, very respectable for the young 18-year-old coming out of here. 1.5 steals per game. We love that. Getting half a block, not too bad. 1 assist to 1 turnover. It's a little bit bleh right now, but he is young, right? So playmaking, maybe not the biggest thing for him necessarily. We've apparently seen a little bit of it here and there, but it's not a huge skill set for him at the moment. 5.3 rebounds per game, totally fine. 73% from the free throw line, could always improve. Young kid though. About 30% from 3 on only about 2 a game. It's not a huge sample size, and it's not a bad number either. Like, it's not a good number, don't get me wrong. He is not shooting well, and in his previous season, being even younger, it was much worse, so there has been improvement here. But like, when I see that number, typically what I say is like, okay, so it's not like a lost cause or anything. It's just I shouldn't expect him to come in and just like stroke it right away, right? That's not what we're gonna expect out of Essengue coming in. But so we'll really have to look at the form, see how much work there is to do, and kind of go from there. The field goal percentage itself is fine, so not tripping about that whatsoever. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into his film, kind of seeing what's working and what isn't working for him. But yeah, let's start breaking down the film. Alrighty, so this first game actually is kind of a cool one. So usually in the preseason, a couple international teams will come play against NBA teams, and Essengue's team actually did that during this last preseason. So I figured, since we normally go in kind of chronological order, this is a perfect place to start off with. This is basically the very beginning of his season. Here's actually Ben Serif right here, so we get to see a little bit more of him as well. But we're going to be breaking down this game film and seeing how he's actually doing against guys that are trying to make NBA roster. Some of these guys will be NBA players, some of them kind of borderline, but nonetheless, it's kind of cool to see. As always, I'm going to stop and like pause these videos a ton just because one, it's educational. I want to show you guys things. YouTube, don't demonetize my videos, please. Please stop doing it. But yeah, they're going to do it anyway. It's just kind of how it is. But I'm going to stop it. Going to make fun of people every once in a while. Probably not as much as the college basketball videos, but we'll do it, and we're going to try to be objective with this stuff. So yeah, let's watch it. Apparently there's like no actual game audio for this one, so you're just going to have to keep listening to what background music I already have. But let's break it down. These camera angles are already crazy. So we see him putting the ball on the floor a little bit. That's a crazy shot, but he throws it up and puts it in. Did not have a good grip on the basketball at all there whatsoever. But you know what? Made it happen. Ball goes in the hoop. I hope we don't keep getting angles like this the whole game. I cannot do this. All right, so got a trap here. A shout out Denny out there. Ooh, gets hand on basketball. We're going. Hey, throws it down. He has like a weird dribble to him. Like, he kind of like, I don't know what it is. Like, he like hyperextends his fingers to like dribble the basketball. It's a kind of a hard thing to see, but kind of an interesting thing to look at. Hey, easy enough. He looks all of about 6'9", 6'10", so that's I can believe that height for sure. He's a lengthy boy. All right, here we go. Coming into it, he's on Scoot Henderson. Looks like a jumper's about to go up right here. And so we always break down the jumpers a little bit more than we do for other things in these videos. And there's a reason for that. It's because when I was doing player development, my area of specialty was shooting, right? So I like to go a little bit more in depth into that. And it's pertinent in this video because he isn't a very good shooter per all his statistics right now. So I'm curious to see how much work we got. So we're going into the form, and right away we're not balanced. I don't need this foot kind of hiking up right here, this left foot. His feet are facing the right way. We always want your feet at a 45-degree angle opposite of your shooting arm. So he's a righty. They should be going 45 degrees to the left, which they're doing. But he's in kind of this weird little squat right here. This is, you're not going to be bounced when you do this. You're probably going to end up pushing the ball one way or another because you're not just like a solid surface from where you're shooting from. So let's see. He goes up. All right, he brings his feet together. His feet were probably a little too close together too. See how like his knees are like pointing this way now and his elbows facing another direction? We wanted them all to kind of be facing the same direction. That's why we turn our feet a certain way so that it can follow the natural line from like our hip to our shoulder up through our head. So kind of interesting, but hey, strokes that thing there. There we go. Cool stuff. All right, so we're getting some actual NBA action here. They're going for a rescreen. He's jumping into it again, a little bit off balance with it. He jumps, and notice how he's twisting midair. See that? That's not what we want to see necessarily. So we're coming up here. Boom. So he's straight on with it right now. The feet aren't horrible. This left foot, though, is a problem, something we're going to have to fix. And then he twists midair. When you twist midair, there's variance that can happen, right? The ball could go this way, it could go this way because you're twisting, right? If you jump together and you have your feet properly, you can only go straight up and down. So that's why we teach it that way. So already I'm starting to see why maybe he's not making quite as many threes. All right, here we go. Klingen with the worst alley-oop I think I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, look at him. He was like, wee! I didn't think I'd be making fun of the NBA players, but he's a rookie. He's a rookie just coming out of college basketball, so it's appropriate. I got to see this one more time, though. I'm sorry. He's like, oh, this is my moment. I made the NBA. All right, wee! Seraph gets it. Here we go. Here we go. We're going. Dump it off to him. We're putting the ball on the floor. Another weird path. The way he's holding the basketball is bothering me a little bit. And, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it, but just kind of drops the ball off in an interesting way here. Hesitation. Kind of a nothing move right here. Duop Reith just kind of like sags off. This is so cool to see him going up against like actual NBA dudes already, in like Reith and Kamara and everything. Like they're just being like, bro, shoot it. Like whatever 17-year-old kid. Makes the pass. Cool. Kind of a nothing thing right there. So we're kind of just seeing some weird movement right now. Okay, and this is, you know, people were aware of him at this point. They're like, hey, this guy might be like a lottery pick next year or something. That's what we're kind of looking for here. And he's gotten better as the season's progressed, so I'm curious to kind of see where this goes. Hey, oh, that was a weird play, but fair enough. Like, he gets into this spot right here where he doesn't really have anywhere to go, but makes the pass. Like, doesn't really come off the ground much at all, but pretty clean pass nonetheless. That was just kind of a weird way to go about it, so fair enough. All right, goes up. Scoot gets blocked. Let's go, let's go, here we go. What's gonna happen? He's gonna pull up again, makes it rain, good for you, third three of the game. Good stuff for you. Here we go. Not really sure what happened on this play right here, so let me see this, So he's like posting up here and kind of following him down, not where you'd exactly want to be, but goes up. Hey, it looks like he raises pretty easily, which is cool. We saw the one dunk already. Yeah, he's a lengthy boy. He is a lengthy boy. Cool. Another shitty camera angle for me to watch. Gets a nothing steal. Makes a really bad pass. Okay, fair enough. So that's this game. This was very, very young Essengue. Now, we get into some actual Euroball stuff. We get to see him in the system. You got Seraph out here as well. We're going to watch all the shots, the makes, the misses, everything. So let's get into this. Where's he at right here? So here we go. Seraph, again, kind of floating out there. All right. This is in October of this year. So kind of interesting to see here. This is early on in his season, and we'll be watching some really recent games before you know it, because I know he's been playing pretty well recently, so we'll see. The shot form looks more balanced than what it was before. Comes together here pretty well. Kind of throws his feet forward unnecessarily for a little bit, and he's not jumping very high. We'd like to see him a little bit more vertical in this, so that could be another potential problem. I wouldn't be surprised to see if he misses some of these kind of short, and that one was actually long, so must have flicked it a bit too hard. Here we go, here we go. It's floating in the corner right now. I like it. Go post up. Oh, gets a foul drawn. I'm not sure how that one was exactly a foul. Comes around the screen here. We're ripping towards the hoop. Draws the foul. Good stuff. Cool. I'm not sure he exactly knew where he wanted to go with this basketball. He just hit a guy that was a lot bigger than him is what happened there. Hey, he's young. I have to look at his frame a little bit more to figure out if I think that he's going to grow into it. He looks like he's pretty slender overall. Like, he's not very wide. He might stay a slender boy, honestly, so something to kind of watch for there, which that's not necessarily a good or bad thing. It's just kind of important to know the difference, that when you're thinking about development, it's like, okay, is this guy going to be bulky enough to maybe get switched onto these guys eventually, or is he more so going to be more of maybe an agile wing or something like that? And my guess would be is that just looking at his body type, he's maybe a little bit more ectomorphic. But that's it. Okay, does a weird tag screen here, and then sets the Gortat screen there. Seraph, is that Seraph that missed the layup? Oh, no. All right, here we go. All right, but he gets the rebound. Cool. Kind of a dysfunctional way, but two young guys doing it. It's going to be what it's going to be. They're also getting waxed right now on the score, but that's okay. It's going to happen. Here we go. Get the ball. Hey, easy enough. Like, kind of an uncoordinated way to go up, but like he just actually goes straight off of 2 feet here. No step into it at all. He just catches it and just goes straight up. That's actually pretty impressive. Like, that's a pretty impressive, like, dorsal flexion to get up and go and dunk that. So that's pretty cool. He's long. If we teach him to maybe move a little bit smarter, we could see even more there. So that'd be cool. Very cool. All right, here we go. He's very handsy defensively. Very handsy. Give me those. Good stuff. Let's go. Hey! His hands are worrying me a little bit, though. Like, all the ways he's, like, trying to catch the ball and do all that, it's worrying me a little bit. I don't know why, but it's something we can work on, right? So, easy enough. Good physical defense. I like it. Hey, get up. Am I going to be worried about the hands the whole time, man? Did he not play any sport growing up where he needed to use his hands? You always have to wonder that with the European leagues a little bit. So, okay, like, I'm not going to overreact or anything. It's just, I noticed it from the first clip. I was like, what is he doing with his hands? Like, why is he doing it like that? So, just a little something there. Americans tend to have better, like, hand-eye coordination because we play a lot more sports stuff to do with our hands, and we don't play as much, like, soccer or football. So just something to actually keep in mind. There's a little bit of science behind that. Like, I grew up playing baseball. Like, I played a lot of football as well. Stuff like that, right? I even played lacrosse a little bit. So, it's just you work on stuff like that. And in Europe, obviously, and I have a lot of European viewers, you can tell me the sports that you played growing up. I don't need to explain it for you guys. But they have that stuff, but it's just not as prominent as it is for, like, Americans. So something to keep in mind with that. All right, we're coming around, putting the ball on the floor, just kind of throws it at the rim. Did you guys see that? Watch how he goes up for this. Like, he's trying to do, like, a push shot from there. Again, like, just kind of a weird thing with his hands. So this is a really interesting development that we're finding right now, because I haven't done my, like, and I hope you guys are smart enough to realize this, like, this is not my final opinion on any of these guys. I'm going to do a much more in-depth breakdown for my actual team that I'm employed by, and it's going to be hours of watching film. I'm going to sit down with international scouts to get more context. I actually have done one on Seraph already, but I haven't done one on Essengue. I'm going to do that in, like, I think it's like 2 weeks or something like that. I'm sitting down with some international scouts about it, but it's not a final opinion here. This is more of a YouTube standardized thing, but this is a really interesting thing that I'm going to bring up in the discussions with them before we get there. So kind of interesting. This is the free throw there. By the way, word of the video is hands. If you can find a way to incorporate that into your comments in any sort of way, then I know you're a real one and you actually watched the whole video. So good for you. Good cut here. Hey, there we go. Rough pass, but that's okay. Here we go. Here we go. Good navigation. Good pass. Good stuff. Hey, need you to probably finish that, but that's okay, young fella. He's really slim right now, right? So he's not taking contact, like, extremely well at this moment in time. But maybe something we can work on. Here we go. We're going. We're going. Here we go. He's just going to back him right down. I actually really like this to start the offense. Solid control. Not sure how you let him get his hands on the ball, but that's okay. That's okay. I like the way you started off the possession there. Here we go. Here we go. We're attacking. Okay, kind of a weird way to go about that shot as well, but we get there. Cool. Not the most explosive in the world either. There's so much whistling going on, y'all. Just shut up in there. Nah, European fans are much more into it than Americans, and I'd prefer that every single time. Alrighty. Here we go. Give me that board. Way to go get it. We're not seeing, like, a lot of, like, floaty basketball, right? What do I mean by that? Like, his athleticism isn't like that where it's like, oh, it looks really smooth. Like, it's, like, present, but it's not like making my eyes, like, jump off the page, right? So here we go. We're seeing him bring the ball up the court, give it back to him. Hey, there we go. That one looked better. It looked a little bit clunky, but, like, we got there. Cool. Cool. I'd be curious to know, and I'm going to have to talk to international scouts about this because I don't know. I have a theory that he grew late in his development within, like, the last couple of years. If that is true, then great. If it's not true, then whatever. But he reminds me of one of those guys that grew kind of late. So I'll be curious to see. Give me that. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay. We're there. More free throws. Taking a lot of free throws in this one. So not as many made shots for his 19 points. And this is one of his better performances this year as well. That's what we're watching are the higher scoring outputs of this season. So here we go. He's raising. That's good. It's great to see actual, like, good basketball being played strategically. Takes contact in not the best way. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, we're backing him down. Cool. Just gets stripped again. How is this happening? What are we doing here? So he's coming around probably because we've only seen him drop to that right shoulder up to this point. So this guy's probably aware of it. Smacks the shit out of that ball and gets it. I'll take that. Okay, so we just like look. Young players typically don't have many moves, so that's not atypical, but just something to be aware of here. So here we go. We're attacking. Pretty good pass actually, but that guy was not ready to pull. Here we go. Here we go. Give me those. Long fella. Good pass. Here we go. What's going to happen now? Jesus Christ. These guys, I keep thinking that they're refs when I see them at first. Like, holy shit, like we got to get some new unis or something. But, you know, is what it is. All right, so setting a screen here. Cool. Rolled the wrong way. It's whatever. Good pass. Cool. Draws the foul. Good job to that guy. Here we go. So now we're going to see some defense. This is what I want to see is a little bit of defense. All right, great rotation right there. Goes, contests, good. Good. Watch what happens right here. He's the one that's supposed to drop here. When somebody gets beat here, he drops. Very good. Good contest. Awesome. Awesome. The lower half of his body worries me a little bit coordination-wise. He kind of like flails his feet around quite a bit, which that's why I'm kind of curious if he grew a little bit later. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right, here we go. Hey, gets a hand in there. Cool. That's what you're supposed to do there. Here we go. Box out. There we go. Rough way for the ball to bounce. It happens. Good contest. Good stuff. Here we go. Where's he at right here? Not really watching the ball very much right now. Like, in this situation, you just drop lower. That's just what you should do there. So, whatever. Go get the rebound. I can't quite grab it. Right. I find this so interesting. All right, we're in good defensive position right here because actually take like one step, just like half a step lower. So that way you can see your man in the ball very easily. You don't have to turn your head at all. All right, he goes there. Okay, so this is just game plan stuff. And again, this is another reason why I'd watch with like an international scout. Like they can tell me certain things that this team likes to do or doesn't like to do. So they're sending a double right here, right? So that's just a game plan specific thing. That's something to always remember with defense. Like no matter what defensive numbers you look at, scheme makes up for a lot of it. So like sometimes when I see somebody say, well, this guy doesn't get many steals, it's like, well, maybe their defensive scheme doesn't allow them to have their hands like in passing lanes very much, or maybe they tell them to kind of sit back into more of a pack line defense or something where that's not going to happen quite as much. So just things to keep in context, right? Things to keep in context. Here we go. Let's see. Good defense. He keeps him in front. What the fuck was that pass? Okay. All right. That was just so unnecessary. What were you doing there? That's a really bad foul. Like, I understand you're trying to trap him, and he overextended himself too much and got right up next to him there, but, like, that was only going to be a foul. And I had somebody ask me a really good question in a video recently. They were like, hey, why are you, like, so annoyed by fouls happening, like, in the backcourt back here versus, like, on the proper side of the ball, I guess we'll say, when they're actually like on the offensive end of the court. And the reason is because like nobody can make a basketball play back here. You only get so many fouls in a game, right? And committing a foul back here just isn't valuable, right? Like when you're playing defense back here, you're trying to make defenses make mistakes, right? There's a lot of room for them to make mistakes, dribble off their feet, something like that, make a bad pass so you can go steal in the air or something like that, which is kind of what he was trying to do there, but he was late on closing out. If you use one of your fouls here, like there was nothing that was going to happen anyway. So it's just it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And any high-level coach would tell you that they don't want a foul back there. It's nonsensical. All right, here we go. Playing good defense, good stuff. Good rotational stuff. All right, hands are active. He gets back into it. Good stuff. Box out. Nice. Good defensive possession. Here we go. Lengthy boy. He doesn't look like he's ready to do something necessarily, but we're going to go. This is not something you want to do. This is not something you want to do right here. So he jumps at him here. The thing about doing that, we've talked about it a lot on the channel, is they can hold on to the basketball past this point. You go to block the shot where it's going to be, which is up here. Like, obviously, you don't goaltend it, right? But you want to go meet the ball where you know it's going to be, right? Because he can keep moving the ball and be crafty and do things like that, so that's why he's not able to stop it, and that guy doesn't make that layup somehow. So whatever. Good fight to deflect the pass. Yeah, I agree. Like, he's physical, so I really like that. He's physical and he's handsy. We have to teach him how to, like, rail it in a little bit, but I like how physical he is. So he's here. He keeps his hands up. That's good. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, just a little bit more of this one. He loses his guy there. See, that's not what you want out of this. So loses track of his guy on defense there. It's whatever. It's gonna happen. He's a young guy. We move on. He's not big enough to really guard anybody in the post right now in terms of, like, strength, but, I mean, he's going to grow a lot in the next, like, 2 to 3 years. He's going to put on more muscle mass. It's just what's going to happen. Like, again, I'm hesitant to say that he's going to really bulk up. He doesn't look like the body type that would, but, you know, there's something to be said for that. All right, let's watch another game. So this was a little bit more recently in March. So, yeah, curious to see this one of him. Let's take a watch. Here we go. Hey, oh, missed that one. What happened? And no, we're never going to get better video quality in 2025. I don't know why, but we're not going to. So here we go. It's a good slip. Catches the ball. Tries to go up and over. Tried to use his right hand there. Interesting. Do we have a left hand? Because we haven't seen that yet. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we're going into the jumper right here. That jumper maybe looks a little bit smoother. It looks like he pushed it, though. It doesn't look like it's got, like, a great arc on it, but he still kind of has this little forward jump, but his feet looked better. So, something to watch for. Here we go. Here we go. Good cut by him. There we go. Way to use the left hand. Good job. A pretty simple one, but still. Serif. All right. Good crash. Good stuff. Here we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What are we doing there? What are we doing there? I'm so interested in all of this. So we're here. He was going into the right spot, which is good. It looks like they're in a bit of a zone they're trying to break right now. So could be better ways of breaking this, but he kind of, like, jumps into this in a weird way. Again, his lower body coordination looks like it's still kind of coming together. I anticipate that this will get better. At least you hope so. You can train that type of stuff, so we'll see. All right. Draws a foul. That is a whack-ass foul. Okay. Here we go. Way to turn around and see it. Hey, there we go. Good stuff. This is what you're supposed to do when you're getting pressured up that high. Just turn around, look at what you have first. Very good. Good job, Essengue. There we go. There we go. All right. Where are we going? Where are we going? Are we going to hit a little backdoor pass here? Nope. We're going to split it. Again, not the greatest grip on the basketball. There's a little something going on with the hands still. Good bucket. Good bucket. He's still a little, like, off balance when he, like, shoots these. Look at his legs. Like, watch this. Like, just, like, look at kind of how he, like, finishes up like this. Like, I know it may not look like much to you, but he's kind of, like, leaning back into things, which tells me that his legs just, like, aren't quite strong enough yet. So just little things, right? These are things we can make him a little bit stronger, and we'll get there. Sets a screen. Doesn't really go anywhere. I hate when that happens. This big white dude here. All right, ooh, getting a little bit of ball handling there. A little sidestep, not even fucking close. We haven't seen any creativity with the basketball yet or anything, right? So doesn't look like ball handling maybe in his future as of right now, right? And hope you guys know all these guys are super talented. They can develop, right? They can find the right home and it can all come together for everything. But in terms of what's there right now, maybe ball handling, not quite his thing, right? Here we go. Good action. Swing that thing. Good cut. Really good cut there. This was smart. So he knew that this guy had to show here at the very least. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Good cut. Hey! Gets up easy enough. We love that. We love that. All right, here we go. There we go. Good defense. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, he kind of has to do this little thing where he kind of has to grab the ball and get under it to throw it. It's like there's just something going on with his hands. I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. All right, free throw. Interesting. He's so inconsistent on like watch what he does with his feet. Like I'm getting really microscopic here, and I try not to do that always in the YouTube videos, but these are things that I would actually talk about with, like, scouts. So watch what his feet do here. So he, like, bounces and goes right back down here. And then for this one, he holds it a bit longer and then kind of falls back into, like, a bounce of it. So there's just there's no like consistency in how he's like shooting at all. So we've gotta work on the form and everything quite a bit. And again, some of that'll come with strengthening up the body, but I just feel like I should point it out. Hey, a little bit of tood. Hang on, a little bit of a flex too. We like a little bit of tood. We love a little bit too. And like that time, the form was different again, but it looked much better that time. So interesting. Here we go. Short roll, throw it up. Hey, that's NBA style basketball like that. And a little rim swing. Okay. Hey. Ah. I love it. Good stuff. Alrighty. This is easy. Hey. Hey. Like, these are all pretty easy ones, but hey, that's cool. Like, as of right now, I'm kind of putting together the pieces in my head. I'm like, okay, so this is an off-ball wing that hopefully will be able to guard multiple positions and can maybe start to stretch the floor with time. Like, that's what I'm starting to kind of form in my head a little bit, is where I kind of want him to go. Gonna take some strengthening. Gotta address quite a few things like coordination-wise right now, but maybe we'll get there. Here we go. Goes to the hoop. Travel. What did he do with his feet? I can't quite see exactly, but he does something kind of weird there. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, rough pass. That's not his fault, though. That's not his fault at all. Like, if he's gonna post up right here, he actually has to hold his guy off, like, because that's a good post-entry pass, so that's not his fault. Not his fault at all. Give me that. Oh, ripped it clean. There we go. Hey, good pass! It got there in 2 bounces, but like he has to like scoop to pick up the ball like every time. Just kind of grab it with 2 hands and go. So that's gonna take a bit. What's going on here? Like, why is he boogieing down right here? All right, here we go. Ah, the hands again. Hands again, man. That's a problem. Like that's a harder problem than you think to fix. It just is. Something about the French, man. Rudy Gobert, Noah Essengue. I don't know. I mess with y'all. Like, Alex Sarr's got really good hands. But I don't know. All right, give me this. Let's go. Here we go. But yeah, that's a harder problem to fix, man, because that's a different type of coordination that you got to work on. You can work on it, don't get me wrong. You easily can. It's just, it's harder. All right, here we go. That's mine. Great defense. There we go. He was a little bit out of position to start. And again, these passes, man, they're just like, they're not quite there. Like, he's not on target with his passes, man. He's like, especially these ones in transition. I don't know what he's doing with it, but it's not there. All right, good. Gets a hand in it. That's what you're supposed to do. Cool. Good. He rotates perfectly. Good. Great. That was perfect defense right there. Notice what he does right here. Watch. He notices he has to kind of cover 2 right here, so he kind of just shows a little bit more. That's perfect. That's what you're supposed to do. Unless it's like a lights-out shooter that's catching it that you clearly don't want him. Like if that's Steph Curry, you just close out Steph Curry, right? But that's good stuff. All right, we got a 4-on-1 because none of his teammates decide to run back on defense right now. Look at this. Like, come help. Here we go. All right. Oh, geez. Again, jumping at the defender instead of where the ball's going to be. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that. Don't. You're going to hurt yourself, too. That's when they're going to pump fake and you're going to go over the top of them. Don't do that. All right, here we are. Here we are. We're here. Boom. Good rotation. Good stuff. He's fighting through, man. I give him credit. He's feisty. He's feisty. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty, we're there. Alright, lost him that time. Lost that guy. Why was that? Why did he lose him that time? He thought that the pass was going there. Okay, that's fair. That's not necessarily his fault. So, that's okay. Here we go. We're guarding. Good defense. There's just some weird defensive rotations going on with this team in general right about now, so I'm not sure what they're doing. Here we go. He's up a bit too high right now. He sees that pass coming, though, and takes him, so that's good. This is just poor defensive, like, game planning that they're doing more so in general. It's not really his fault, but okay. Here we go. What happens when this screen happens? He just switches. That's fair. Tries to get back into the play. That guy tricks that layup like something crazy. All right, we're here again. We're too high again. I'd like him to at least be parallel with this guy so he can see him. Otherwise, you're going to get backdoored, something crazy like this. Oh, well, it's almost like AVC knows it's going to happen sometimes. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Good rotation this time. And what should happen here is we should get an X out. Oh, these guys just came out of the play completely, so it's not going to work. But, yeah, he's supposed to X out. So, hey, good jump at him. Cool. Here we go. Here we go. They're using him up top now. Solid recovery. Perfect. Like, he knows his rotations really well, which is really nice. Like, European players typically are a lot better at that than Americans. So, he knows his 5x defense well. We like that. All right, we're here, but again, we're too high. You're going to get backdoored. All right, and there they come. But, hey, okay, that guy didn't see him, thankfully. So, fair enough. Here we are, here we are. Let's see. Yep, spin move. You knew that was coming. Like, that spin move was so easy to tell it was going to happen right here. He was putting all his weight on this foot right here. So, there we go. A little drop step is what it is. Is what it is. Just a little bit more, and then we're going to go into the last game. All right. Whatever. All right, we're getting into some not as interesting contests here. So, let's move on. This is a very recent one. This is 2 days ago. 2 days ago, right here, at the time of me recording this. So let's see what's going on here. Ooh, I already got to turn down the volume a little bit. We can really hear them shoes squeaking. Let's see. All right, we're jumping right into a shot. This is the best looking jumper he's had so far. So this is about a month after the last one. He still has the twist in his jumper, which we don't like, and that's why it's short. Right, there we go. That's what I expected to see. Good. Good. That's a really risky pass. We talked about this a lot. You don't make post-entry passes from a pass free throw line extended. That's just not typically what you do because stuff like this can happen. But he goes and gets it anyway and finishes over. Cool. Cool. Again, like the little bounce in like his free throw routine. Like, what is he doing there? All right, no announcing it, and you guys just get to hear the sweet, sweet sounds of shoes squeaking on the basketball court. It's awesome. Look at his go-go gadget arms right here, by the way. Cool, give me those. Just kind of puts it back up. Fair enough. All right, yeah, a little bit of a hitch that time in that shot happens. Here we go. We're going into it. His feet look a little bit off. He twists a little bit. Yep, that's what's going to happen. Here we go. There we go. Oh, he's just going right into this jumper right here. Okay. Oh, interesting. So what happened here? So again, this foot's completely off now. This is facing the complete wrong way, and he had plenty of time to set it. So this is where he currently is most comfortable, is what that tells me, and that's not what we want. Not what we want. It looked a lot better almost in that preseason game, but he jumps together, which is good, but he still twists, and the ball's not even straight on, so that's what's going to happen. All right, oh my goodness, we want to talk about shooting form. Holy shit, what was going on here? Where's the shot clock at? Okay, so he had to put it up, and oh, he's one of those that guides the ball. Like, there's some Europeans, I think it's in the Czech where they mostly teach it that way, where, like, they push the ball forward with just, like, one of the hands in particular. They don't really use the guide hand quite as much, so interesting. Interesting. All right, give me those. Hey, okay, whatever. Yeah, he knows he should have finished through that. It's no big deal. He'll get stronger. He'll get stronger. Here we go. Here we go. Go get that basketball for me. Go right up. I like that. I like that. All right, so many free throws. So many free throws. Let's move on. What do we got here? Nobody doing any offense. Just takes a bad shot. Did he have to take that? He had to take that shot. Is what it is. We've got another jumper here for us to break down. I'm glad we get to see so many of them. So this foot, again, yeah, it's pointing straight at the hoop. Don't want that. We don't want that. Nope, not what we want. Here we go. Ooh, grabs it. Hey. Oh, he missed it. That's fine. But, like, again, his ability to go off of two and get up high enough is really interesting. Like, if we taught him how to use his body just, like, a little bit better, like, we could have a pretty good athlete here, it feels like. It's just some of the coordination isn't quite there. So, yeah, and the body language, yep, it happens, young fella. I get it. Here we go. Here we go. Grab that. Hey! Nice. Nice. I really see the Jabari Walker comparison in this. I really, really do. All right, here we go. Again, isn't able to take the contact very well. He's not very strong. That's not going to change, like, in one season for him. That's going to take a couple years for him to get stronger, so I don't need to keep harping on that. It just is what it is, right? He's taking the contact at least, so he's trying. I respect that. All right. Here we go. Boom, bottoms. So many free throws. So many free throws. Can we see actually quick how many free throws a game was he shooting? Okay, so he was taking 5 to 6 a game. So that's important. If we could just correct that free throw form just a little bit, that'd be great. All right, we're moving. We're moving. It was kind of weird body language that we had right here. Like what is this? What is this right here? This is a little troublesome to me because we've got 8 minutes left in the third. They're losing again, and I get it, right? You're losing and stuff, but this, I don't ever want to see that during the game. I hope that's just a one-off instance, but that pisses me off a little bit. So now we're attacking, doesn't really get anywhere, is what it is. Okay, more free throws, right? Is what it is. We know the free throw form's a little bit inconsistent right now. We're taking a lot of jumpers in this one. Not quite there either. Let me see what's going on here. We're getting out in transition. Hey, cool. Again, not the most coordinated, but he gets up easily enough. There we go. That left foot's still off. That upper form looked a lot better, though, that time, and that was much more straight on, so that's interesting. Here we go. Here we go. Has to take a bad shot. It's not his fault. Makes that one. Fair enough. Here we go. Not where you want to cut right there. That's not where you cut, because you're bringing another defender to your guy right there. So not what I want to see. I don't think he thought he was gonna be able to get through that, and that's when you would cut. But I'm just telling that so that you guys understand. Yeah, no, his hands, man, his hands. All right, let's see the passing again. Here we go. I don't think it's there with the hands, man. I don't want this guy dribbling the basketball. Like, not right now. Like, okay, that was a good pass. Cool. Like, he sees where to go, I guess. Like, these are I haven't seen him make a complex read. These are all pretty basic. It's just like the actual execution of them is pretty poor. So something to note there. All right, good little dump off there. Nice, whatever, cool. Here we go. Oh, I just love hearing this. His hands, man. Like, what is it? Is he not watching it in? Or are they just not coordinated? And then he doesn't get back at all. I don't like that. I don't like that. And again, like, could just be it's been a long season. Not maybe the greatest team ever. Who knows, right? Jalen Duren type thing. Again, that's what I'll have to talk to scouts about because I don't keep up with the records of these teams a ton, especially if I don't have buddies or friends part of the staffs. But look, you've only got so much film to show people at times, right? And those things stand out. So just important to see. I'll get context on it at some point. But here we go. Crash. Ooh, he tried. He tried. All right, good pass. Another good pass there by that guy. Really weird shot form. Okay. Here we go. He looks for the right thing, but it's not open at all. Not open at all. There was no way that pass was going to open up. Like, there was just no shot he was going to be open there. So, come on. Come on. Let's see a little bit more. Let's see. Nope. All right, let's see the defense. Gets his hands involved again. He's really good at getting his hands in the passing lane. Cool, good rebound, good stuff. Here we go. In the right spot. Yeah, definitely late on the rotation. Good little thing here at the bottom. Needed to be, once the ball got to like here, he needs to be right here already. And again, tries to go meet him where he's shooting the basketball, so... Oh, we got some stuff to work on here. We've got some stuff to work on. Here we go. Here we go. Solid contest, I guess. Still don't like him jumping at people very much. You're gonna draw a lot of, or they're gonna draw a lot of fouls on you in the NBA if you do shit like that. So here we go. We're contesting. Hands are low. I don't really want that. There we go. Good defense there, though. Let's see. He's crashing in. Good hustle. Hey, see? That's why you go meet the ball where it's going to be. You can block those there. Because, like, look, when he catches the ball right here, where is he going to shoot it? You think he's going to shoot it over here? Is he going to shoot it over here? No, he's going to put it right fucking here. So you go and you block it there, right? Like, it's not that complicated, but it's something to learn. That was an ugly-ass shot. Here we go. Good board. We're off. Good outlet pass. Here we go. I wouldn't say he struggled to get around the screen. He's just not that strong. So here we go. And again, tries to block the shot there. Okay, that's enough. That's Noah Essengue. Alrighty, so Noah Essengue, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the pronunciation. Please. I'll learn them eventually. I usually watch a lot of these games on silent, so it just is what it is. What did we learn? Fella's got a little ways to go. Shooting form's not very good. The hands are pretty rough right now. Just a little bit lazy on some of the plays that he's making. He gets scrappy with people, which I like. He's got some solid athleticism for not being the most like coordinated, which is cool. It tells you that you can get something better out of it, and that's a good thing. I'm trying to think. Defensively, yeah, he had some good moments. He's got some bad habits that we need to break. He's good at getting his hands in the passing lanes. He is very long, which is nice, but offensively, I don't know how he contributes at an NBA level as of right now. I didn't, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't see one thing where I go like, okay, yeah, I feel like you can contribute at like a NBA level as of right now. And again, I'll go break it down more. I will. But as of right now, I can't give him the basketball. I don't trust the jumper right now. Even cutting, I'm worried about the hands. I just am. So is what it is, but you see something that could be a nice defensive player where he's cutting off the basketball and stuff, but I'm not sure I can see a high level or just like a good offensive NBA player coming out of Noah Essengue as of right now. So where does this put him on the board, right? If we were to compare him to like a Will Riley, another guy that's his like size, like they have him as like 6'8" here. Again, I don't know. They got him at 6'10" here. Do they have anything on like size here at all? It'd probably be in meters anyway. But anyway, I liked Will Riley a lot more. If I'm going to go down here and compare him to like Yegor, another guy his size, McNeely, I probably trust McNeely a little bit more. I think I like the physicals of Colin Murray Boyles a little bit more, but he has a lot of bad habits offensively that he's trying to break. Yegor's just going to take a really long time to develop. I think I'm going to put him... I think I'm going to put him just below Colin Murray Boyles is where I'm going to put him. I think he could contribute more at an NBA level than like a Yegor for sure right now. Like he's definitely more ready to play than like Yegor, but I think I'm going to put him down here for now. So sorry, international people, it hasn't been the greatest run for you guys so far. In all fairness, VJ's kind of international. So is Yakuchonis, so is Maluach, so is Danny Wolf, kind of. So, you know, there you go. But yeah, no, I'm going to put him at 20 for now, and that's what we got so far. But hey, make sure you leave me your comments on what you think below, and yeah, let's do the comments of the video. All right, y'all, comment of the video is coming from our latest mock draft video here. A lot of fun in that one, some crazy lottery stuff, so go watch it. And as always, go show these videos some love because they're almost certainly demonetized. And Ideal Offseason's back. The most popular series on the channel is back. I don't know if at the time you guys are watching this, if there's another one up yet or not, but presumably there will be more that go up this week. And it comes from CO Knows Ball, a frequent commenter on the channel. Not relevant really, but this is the first time I've ever been first to somebody's videos. Lamau. I said, well, guess what? I'm first to all my videos. And he was like, damn, I never thought about that. So we kind of had an introspective moment there. But anyway, appreciate you guys. As always, leave me a comment and you see I will reply to them, even the ones where I don't know exactly what you said here. Oh, now I do. Dallas will be top 4 because we have Irving. Don't know about that, but fair enough. But yeah, go join the Discord. Link is always in the description. It's fun on there. We're talking playoffs and all sorts of fun things on there. But anyway, appreciate you guys as always, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks so much. Bye.